When you feel comfortable, close your eyes and breathe. Relax.
All my life, I've been affected by the past civil war. During my childhood, every day we hear gunshots. The first person to die was my mom.
Breathe in.
As I talk like right now, I'm a good orphan. Both my parents passed away. We were left alone when we were 7 years old. Our uncles had to take us as refugees to Uganda to stay there.
Peace. Relax.
In South Sudan, you know, the war has taken 22 years. And within 22 years, the country has really gone underdeveloped. And that's why up to today, we, the people of South Sudan, are still under stress of war, and we don't know when it is going to stop. So it is a bit very difficult to predict how the future of South Sudan will be.
Breathe in.
In December 2013, there was a problem in Juba with some of the presidential guards. They were asked to put their weapons down, and a conflict ensued, and then the conflict moved into the Jonglei states, and a civil war began. Children are not allowed to go to school. Children are being traumatized. They're being beaten. They're being raped. They're being used as child soldiers. There's 2.5 million people in the country suffering from severe malnutrition. There's about 11 million people in the country.
The misunderstanding from the two leadership brought us here. You know, we are not here because of our will. As youth or as a footballers, we are hoping for those people to unite themselves, come together, make peace, and then we'll become okay. South Sudan is a nation that can be, you know, it is a rich nation, in fact. If those two people agree, then South Sudan will become one. We stayed here since some 6 months. I and my family, we are 13 in number. We stay here in this tent. 13 people cannot stay here. It is big, a little bit crowded.
But we did realize there was a need, so with the POC camps, the protection of civilian camps, we decided to do a few programs. We decided to do the Peace Through Sports program, the Peace Through Cinema program. And we were able to get the approval to build a soccer field, a basketball court, and a volleyball court in POC 3.
We like soccer boots.
Yeah, soccer boots.
Football. And uniform.
Most of the team doesn't have any shoes, huh?
Yeah, no playing shoes. Yeah. There's no playing shoes at first.
It's the one program they've told me that has the most use that have signed up for the program and are in the program of all the POC programs. So at least I feel it's meeting a need that they have, and it makes me happy to see them.
You know, football, it is, in fact, it kept me busy. It also kept you away from doing some problems. You don't know all people. But because of football, interaction of football, you will come to know the person that you will not know before. In fact, it makes us a community. Yeah, community.
After we set up those camps, the POC camps, the programs, we started to look for where's the area we should go to that would help the country. In Eastern Equatoria, it's one of those states that's really important to the peace of the country. I have a great team. We have Lewi, who's our program coordinator. We have our program manager, Dagu, he's from South Sudan.
We develop a comprehensive selection criteria. Youth who have experience and skills and talent to to work in the area of peace building, and youth who have the drive to help their community.
So if a culture is oppressive to some of your people, is it a good thing or a bad thing?
What we're doing is we're training them in conflict transformation, ICT or computer technology, life skills, which is trauma work, and then they develop projects that they take back into their community, and we support them with that. So we're making peace builders to become community builders.
They will also be responsible of training the youth at the county levels and impart on them these tools so that they can also in their turn, become youth builders.
Diversity. What is diversity?
We as a nation, take example South Sudan, we all come from different background, cultures, tribes, and we have to utilize as a nation, to tap the development in the country.
When I got the chance to join this initiative of peace building, I was like, I think I'm the luckiest. So I got to know how peace is exactly into details. With the good training that I got from experts that came along with the Wpdi, I'm in a good position to go down and help my community, and at least so that they get to know what peace is and develop.
When you go to the internet, it's like when you go to a city. Do you buy everything that you see advertised? No. So we tend to be careful with the advertisements.
I have a number of partners, and I'm really fortunate. Also trainers that are here, dedicated, and I have to say really passionate trainers, people that they really care. Here in Eastern Equatoria, we're building computer centers. We have Ericsson, who's supplying the equipment there for the computers and everything for the computer center. Zane, who's supplying the connectivity.
We have the computer center up and running in Torit. We just launched Nimuli, and the goal is about 8 computer centers in Eastern Equatoria, and we'll see how that goes. If things are stable and if we can really, get to the tasks and get the work done, we'll look at if we can expand even further into other parts.
What we want to do is help them be literacy centers, not necessarily computer centers, where kids and people, adults too, can go in and learn how to read and write, learn the basics of whatever in our computer centers that we're putting across the state.
Sunday, today you are very shy. What is the problem?
The illiteracy rates are very challenging here. Approximately 84% of the female adult population are illiterate. 70% of the adult population overall are illiterate. So the educational needs go beyond, while the needs in schools are really big, it goes far beyond that. You're talking about educational needs of the entire population.
When we're talking about the literate population, what type of people are we generally referring to?
That a lady has not to be given education, because if she is educated, there is nothing you will achieve after her, except she is going to feed the husband's home. Therefore, it is a waste of time when you take a lady to school. In South Sudan, there are some cultures who say that a lady is not supposed to stand before men. Yeah? Sometimes they say, you are a lady and you are coming to talk to people, who are you? For us, we only listen to men. We don't listen to ladies. Sometimes they boycott what you have come for. So that's one of the challenges. Long time, the lady has no voice. And that's why I've come to join the program.
If we're saying that men and women have equal rights, it means that the equality that we must use to respect each other is important. We cannot say, because of our culture, men must be more respected and women must be less respected. Because that's conflict. You cannot build peace on the basis of that conflict. I'm not asking you to agree with me. I'm asking you to consider the value of what is being shared. If your culture in that community is more important than other people from your own country, then we're going to be doomed. We will never be able to build a united South Sudan. We'll never be able to do that. I can tell you in absolute certainty, Absolute guarantee. 90% of young people have songs and poetry and music in support of violence, in support of violation of human rights, abduction of young women, cattle raids, violence and killings, as part of what they regard as a natural cultural expression of what they need to do to show that they are men. What we've also done is to assist them to recognize that they have the capacity to actually create new knowledge. Can we write a new story for South Sudan? And let us together be different chapters of a new story.
This time on just the words that describe you, okay? You're thinking about, who am I? If I say, who are you? What makes you up? Who am I? It's a big question for myself. Trying to figure it out. I think I relate and I'm growing in my understanding of the depth of humanity, which is my purpose of doing what I do, is to continue my connection with humanity and try to understand who I am, because they are the potential of who I am, because they are me. And I can see that, and I'm trying to understand myself through them. You know? I have no doubt really that this group of men and women are going to affect this state in a really big way. Let's begin the exercise. If you can't get you, close your eyes and begin this. Ready? Here we go. Breathe in and relax. My hope is that if I continue on this plan and I do it with vigilance, like this state will not move into conflict. The next state we're in will not move into conflict. And if those states at a certain point will reach a tipping point to make the country move into peace. Breathe in and relax.
I'm really full of hope because I'm given hope. And again, with the hope that I have, I'm strengthened. See, you are at the right hand of people. We are like empowered so much, and to see ourselves like heroes of peace and ambassadors of peace, that's how we shall at the end succeed in our program of peace process.
When you feel you've moved back up, you can open your eyes. Refreshed, clear, strong.